Okay. So today what we are going to see is these three functions, the COUNTIF, SUMIF, and AVERAGEIF. All right. So once you have understood if condition, then doing this particular COUNTIF, SUMIF becomes definitely easy. Okay. Okay. So let's see how to use the COUNTIF. Okay. तर ह्याच्यामध्ये आहे ना वी हैव अ डेटा. तो अपने पास एक डेटा है. इस डेटा के अंदर हमारे पास एक ऑर्डर आईडी है, कस्टमर आईडी है, प्रोडक्ट्स हैं अलग अलग टाइप के, यूनिट प्राइसेस है, क्वांटिटी है एंड ऑर्डर वैल्यू है. राइट नाउ इसमें अगर हमें टोटल काउंट करना है तो ये तो बहुत आसान है, इजंट इट? सो फॉर एग्जांपल टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स, अगर हम ऑर्डर्स ले लेते हैं यहाँ पे, टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स. So it is a simple count function. Yes or no? So if you had to find out the total number of orders, if you are using count, it should be the numeric value. है ना? Numeric value होना चाहिए, right? So you cannot count the products. You will have to count either this particular price, quantity, or order value, provided all the values are filled. So you'll get the total number of orders, right? मग you can simply select any one of the columns. Got it? F2 till F30, all these. You can close it by the bracket and enter. So there are totally 29 orders, right? You could have also selected with the order ID. Okay. So is the same thing. If we had count or count A, you could have selected even the order ID, because order ID here is numeric, isn't it? So total orders are 29. Okay, fine. Now, but in this data, we have different products. And just for our ease, I have found out that there are three products: iPhone 8, iPhone 8s, and iPhone X. Now, if I wanted to find the count of only that iPhone 8 or only 8s or only X, then the total count function is of no use, because it's going to actually count all the values. What we want is the total count for iPhone 8. Okay. So just to make our work easy, I have written the words over here: iPhone 8, iPhone 8s. Okay. Because we are going to use it in our function called as COUNTIF, right? Now, how to use this COUNTIF? You will see there are two parts: count and if. You want to count if the condition is fulfilled. Is this clear? So yesterday we saw the if conditions. Now it's combined with count. Count only if the condition is fulfilled. That's the meaning of this particular COUNTIF. So let's start off with COUNTIF. We can type it also, and we can also go ahead with this particular formula. Insert function, COUNTIF. I'll go ahead with this. You go to the list of count and you'll get COUNTIF. There it is. Now in this COUNTIF, we have conditions, rather arguments. In arguments, you have two parts. One is the range, where what is to be counted. Okay. Now, and what is the condition? Criteria kya hai? Now, range is this particular product, because you are counting the iPhones and especially 8s, 8 wala, right? So, range here is, you can select the particular product type range. Range is a set of cells, right? So, this is one range. What is the condition? The condition is iPhone 8, right? So you can type it also, but in typing you will make a lot of mistakes. So it's better that we pick up anything from here. So I have selected this particular iPhone 8 as the word, And when I click on OK, now it's telling me 13. So out of the 29 orders, we have iPhone 8 as 13 orders, 13 orders for iPhone 8. Okay. Now, if I copy paste it over here, can you see? So it's counting this range, but for what? For that particular 8S, 8S. So under J8, you have the 8S. So you'll see J8 is 8S, right? And for this, we are having iPhone X, right? But see, there is also one bit of a problem. Can you see, as and when this is a relative reference, as and when we are searching, this range is going down and down, which is not desirable. Because what happens is the first two records are getting missed. So you remember that in your function, you should also go ahead with freezing. You have to make it absolute. What do you want to make absolute? This range has to be made absolute. Yes or no? This range you don't want to move. You want it as fixed. So when you are putting this formula, count if, the range you have to get fixed. Fix it with the help of F4 and enter. Now, when you copy paste, you will see that the value has changed. First was 5, now it is 6 because now it is selecting the entire range, and inside that range it is searching for the phone iPhone 8s. But look at the construction, count if the condition is fulfilled. What is the condition? Condition is that amongst this range of products, I wanted to find iPhone 8. Yes, कळालेलं आहे? Okay. Now you can also find it out for the order value, क्योंकि ये order का value है, आप इसमें से क्या ना calculations भी कर सकते हो, right? Here number of orders means you are going to use the count function, right? But if you wanted to find out these two, quantity order and order value, then you have to add the quantities, yes or no? Now, whatever 13 orders are there in this iPhone 8, this quantity is 610, this 520, then this again is 260. So all those quantities, if you wanted to calculate, you cannot use only count. No? You're not only counting, you are adding it also. What are you doing? You are finding the total number of iPhone 8s which have got ordered. In the first, we have seen number of orders. In this quantity order, we are going to see the total quantity ordered for iPhone 8 and iPhone 8s. Yes, right? So here now you wanted to do addition also with a condition. So here you are going to use SUMIF. Okay, SUMIF. So the same work we are going to do. We'll go ahead with the insert function. We are going ahead with SUMIF over here. Click on OK. Now inside the SUMIF, again there are arguments, but now there is an extra argument. Can you see? In count, there was only range and condition. In this, we have range, condition, and also the sum range. Means what do you want to add? What is it that you want to go ahead with calculations for, right? So let's do range is always the condition range. Now iPhone is the product type, right? So what is the range? Range you can also roll up over here and go behind. Here, this is the range. The range should be the range on which the condition is going to be put. Okay. So what we want to do, we have to find iPhone 8 total quantities which were ordered. Yes. So range here is the product type. What is the condition? The condition is iPhone 8. We wanted to find iPhone 8 in this entire list. And against that, I wanted to add the total quantities which were ordered. So what happens is in the sum range, we have to select this range, isn't it? We wanted to add the quantities. So the sum range is this quantities. Can you see? Is this clear? So you have to just understand that formula, right? Sum range. So range is the product type. The condition is the product from that product type. And what do you want to calculate? It is the quantities. So sum of the quantities. And in this, again, if you wanted to copy paste a particular formula, you know that the range should not shift here and there, right? So this range you can freeze here also. F4, F4. Got it? And I clicked on OK. I got the total quantity ordered. For how many? For which? iPhone 8. If I copy paste this, I get the others also. So you will see iPhone 8s I had amongst all these, right? But now again see, this range is also shifted down. Always cross check it, right? Means that you, in your original formula, you should be freezing both that product type range also and this particular order quantity also. Yes. So let's freeze it over here. Enter. Let's copy it once again. Wow. So this has changed now. Can you see? So quantity order for iPhone 8s amongst this सगळे iPhone 8s सिलेक्ट होतील त्याच्या अगेन्स्ट जितके क्वांटिटीज असतील सो दिस विल गेट ऍडेड टू दिस नंबर to this number and so on and so forth. All right. So sum if the condition is fulfilled. Is this clear? Right. Now let's do this for the same like order value also. What should you use? You wanted to count total order value. Which function should we use? We want to calculate total order value. So SUMIF. All right. Count म्हणजे फक्त count the number of times this particular item has come in the list. We don't want to just count the number of times this item has come. Against that item, we have to check for the order value also. And order value will be this one plus added to the other one and then added to the other one, right? So here again, we have SUMIF. Yes. So let's do it once again. You can go ahead with the most recently used also now. SUMIF. Yes. So which is the range over here? We are finding out iPhones only. So which is the range? Very good. Product type, right? What is the condition? The condition here is iPhone 8. You can type it also. You can type iPhone 8 over here also. Proper. Then what is the sum range? You wanted to calculate the order values. And so if I select the entire order value, there you get the formula. But you know that if you had to copy those formulae, you will have to freeze those particular ranges because this you don't want to change at all, right? Clicked on OK and there it is. So iPhone 8 calculation for 8s, we have, it has selected 8s from this and against that, whatever was the order value, all those have got added. Is this clear? Right? So sum if the condition is fulfilled. Count if the condition is fulfilled. In counting, you are just counting. In SUMIF, you are actually adding, right? Is this clear? Okay. Will you try it out at your PCs once? Chal, let's try it out. Okay. So look at this particular function. We had to, okay, सगळ्यांनी लक्ष द्या. We have a table over here, right? We have some customers, some orders which have been placed. There are some products. There are the unit prices of those products, quantities which have got ordered, and order value. Order value means what? The unit price multiplied by this particular quantity, that is the order value. And a rate multiplied by quantity, that is a regular particular formula. Now in this table, if I wanted to find how many total orders were there, So it is simple that we just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get all the orders, right? So you're counting means what? You had to use the function called as count bracket. What do you want to count? So I wanted to count the order ID. How many total orders are there, right? Close. So this is simple count, right? So there are 29 orders. So if I keep this over here, so total orders are 29. How did I find them? I simply counted. Got it? I just counted. Now, if I wanted to count uh, the text values, all right, simple count will not work. Okay? Sushmita ma'am, laksha द्या. So if there is, see, count worked over here on A2, that is because this column has numbers, right? So count, this function is used only when there are numerical value. Got it? Suppose I wanted to count this column. If I use a regular count function and I go ahead with counting these values, I don't get any answer. Reason is because count function is used only for numeric value. Numbers जिथे असतील ना तेवढंच कॅल्क्युलेशन होणार आहे. Got it? So in this situation आपल्याला आहे ना दुसरा फंक्शन वापरावा लागतो which is called as count A. तर इथे तुम्ही A टाकणार आहात. Count A is used for text values. आता इथे मी टेक्स्ट धरले ना त्यामुळे टेक्स्ट व्हॅल्यूज कॅल्क्युलेट झाले, काउंट झाले. So that becomes 29 as the result over here. So you use count or you use count A. It's up to you depending upon what situation you are in. Here I'm using this because there is a numeric value. Here I'm using this because this is a text value. I'm using count A because this is a text value. I'm counting these. It's a text. So count A. So count A counts non-empty cells. मग त्याच्यात नंबर्स असू द्या नाहीतर टेक्स्ट असू द्या ते काउंट करणार आहे count A. But only if you're going to use only count, then it is going to count only the numerical values, number values. It will not count text. Is this clear? Okay, right? Okay. Now what happens is कि in this data, आरती लक्षात घ्या, in this data, suppose I wanted to find the count of only iPhone 8s. Okay, these are actually cases. iPhone चे कव्हर आहेत, कव्हरचे ते तो डेटा दाखवलाय त्यांनी, राईट? iPhone 8s च्या कव्हर्स म्हणजे iPhone 8s चे कव्हर्स फक्त काउंट करायचे असतील या अख्ख्या डेटामध्ये iPhone 8s किती वेळा आलेला आहे किंवा iPhone 8 किती वेळा आलेला आहे किंवा iPhone X किती वेळा आलेला आहे, हे जर काउंट करायचं असेल तर इथे आता कंडिशन टाकावी लागते. का? कारण सलग तुम्ही घेतलं तर त्याचा काही उपयोग नाही. आपल्याला स्पेसिफाय करावं लागेल की बाबा मला iPhone 8च पाहिजेल आहे, त्याचंच फक्त काउंट पाहिजेल आहे. सो इथे काय होत आहे की यू आर पुटिंग अ कंडिशन, काउंट इफ the condition is fulfilled. That is the COUNTIF, right? So let's try it out on this. So आम्ही इथे काय केलेलं आहे, iPhone 8, iPhone 8s असे 3 व्हॅल्यूज आहेत त्याचे. ठीक आहे? So what I did was I just copied the value over here, right? So these are 3 different products जे आहेत या डेटामध्ये. ऑलराइट? आता मला आहे ना काउंट करायचे फक्त iPhone 8. Fine? So I'm going to use the COUNTIF function. So I go into the COUNTIF. I have two parts of this now. One is the range, one is the condition. Now the range is the range on which the condition is to be put. Count if मध्ये range is the range on which the condition is to be put. मग इथे range is obviously iPhone range. Yes or no? बिकॉज कंडीशन क्या है तुम्हारा? तुम्हारा कंडीशन आईफोन 8 के बारे में है. सो दिस क्राइटेरिया कंडीशन इज नथिंग बट आईफोन 8, दिस सेल. ओके. मी इथे टाइप पण करू शकते. ऐसे कुछ नहीं है कि हमने वहां पे ही सिलेक्ट करना है. आई कैन जस्ट सिंपली टाइप इट ऑल्सो ओवर हियर. I typed IPHONE space 8, but your spelling should not be wrong, because the spellings go wrong, and that is why I normally go ahead with something called as the cell. So can you see the answer मिळालेलं आपलं 13. Got it? इथे. If I had selected only the cell also, that was also okay. I wanted to calculate the iPhone 8 quantities. Got it? Okay. So see, actual orders are 29. Inside that 29, iPhone 8 are 13, right? iPhone X मग आपल्याला शोधायचा आहे, right? Again, let's try it out once again. Recently used COUNTIF. Yes, सुष्मिता मॅम, काय करणार आपण? रेंज काय आहे? कशावर कंडिशन टाकायची? ती रेंज असणार नेहमी. कंडिशन कशावर टाकायची आहे? प्रोडक्टवर, राईट? क्रायटेरिया is this X, iPhone X. You get the total number 10. Got it? Right? आता हेच जर तुम्हाला कॉपी करायचं होतं ना इथे, तर काय होतं, आपण कॉपी करू शकतो फॉर्म्युला. बट प्रॉब्लेम काय होतो, की जेव्हा तुम्ही कॉपी करता ना, तर ती रेंज सरकत जाते बघा खाली, बिकॉज इट्स रिलेटिव्ह रेफरन्स. हां, तर ते F4 दाबणं गरजेचं आहे आपल्याला. सो आधीच्याच याच्यामध्ये रेंज फिक्स करून टाका. F4, F4. काय शोधता आहात त्याच्याप्रमाणे रेंज आपल्याला आता बघा, राइट? आणि याची टोटल जर तुम्ही बघितली, तर इट शुड बी 29. कॅन यू सी? ही जर मी सम काढलं, तर याचा अर्थ मला आन्सर माझं बरोबर आहे. 13, 10, 6. Okay. So category wise, if you wanted to find the count, then you are going to use count if. Got it? Count if the name is iPhone 8. Count if iPhone X. Right? Now, along with this, now I also wanted to find the total ordered quantity. Can you see? Quantity ordered. I wanted to find the quantity ordered, right? So मी काय करणार आहे ना, मी क्वांटिटी ऑर्डर इथे ठेवते जस्ट फॉर रियल रेफरन्स, राइट? क्वांटिटी ऑर्डर ऑफ व्हॉट? ऑफ आयफोन. सी, टोटल क्वांटिटी इथे भरपूर आहे. सो इफ आय हॅड टू जस्ट कॉपी, आय हॅड टू पुट अ फॉर्म्युला ओव्हर हियर, सम function is sum. My total quantity is 14,000 cases I have got, right? Out of this 14,000, how many are for iPhone 8? Okay. Means what? I have a condition that the product should be iPhone 8 and the quantities should be added. Which quantity should be added? iPhone 8 चे किती quantities आहेत त्याची आपल्याला addition पाहिजे. We wanted the addition of only those iPhone 8 category. So means here you have a condition, right? Now what is the condition over here? That the uh, it should be iPhone 8 and इसका total किस चीज का करना है? Quantities का total करना है. Means here you have to do a calculation also. It's not only counting, it is calculation. Calculation here is sum. So sum if the condition is fulfilled. That is the actual formula, right? Now how do you do it? How do you apply it? You go ahead with the SUMIF. Now here, understand the arguments over here. What is the range? What is the criteria? And what is the sum range? So there are three parts in this. The range is the range on which condition is going to be put. Which is the range here then? On what are we putting the condition? Condition is what? iPhone 8. iPhone 8 चेच आपल्याला टोटल क्वांटिटीज पाहिजे आहेत. बरोबर? सो रेंज काय पाहिजे? Range is the place on which condition is put. So which is the range? Which is the range? Product is the range, means a set of cells, right? So I got this range as this one, right? What is the criteria? My criteria currently for this is iPhone 8, right? But my sum, I wanted to calculate. Calculate what? I wanted to calculate the quantities. So my sum range is the quantity range. And again, it's a range, right? So we are going to go ahead with quantity. So E2 to E30. Got it? And because we don't want to shift the ranges, म्हणून आपण फिक्स करून टाकतो त्याला. आपल्याला हे हलवायचं नाहीये म्हणून आपण फिक्स करतो. हे पण हलवायचं नाहीये म्हणून फिक्स करून ठेवतो आपण. Got it? Right? I got an answer that is 733, 7,330 quantity is what I needed for iPhone 8. This for iPhone X cases. This for X, 8X. So have you understood the sum? So sum range is always the range on which you want to put the condition. So understand that. Then you can apply anywhere. Okay, try it on your data now. Okay. You tried out with order value also, both of you all. So SUMIF, use it on total quantity also and total order value also. Yes, Aarti? You've tried on both, right? Hmm. We are going to see the average if also. Okay. Most of the times what happens is you wanted to find a particular performance, then you are going to use average. Yes or no? Right? So इथे average quantity ordered for iPhone, for 8s and X असा एक तिथे सेट दिलेला आहे. ऑलराईट. टोटल क्वांटिटी जी आहे ती आपण इथे बघितलेलीच आहे 7,330. ही टोटल क्वांटिटी आउट ऑफ iPhone 8 हे सापडले आपल्याला, राईट? बट ऍव्हरेज क्वांटिटी किती आहे ऑन ऍव्हरेज? आता इथे कारण वेगवेगळे ऑर्डर्स आहेत ना, इथे खूप सारे ऑर्डर्स आहेत, राईट? एकेका क्वांटिटीला 450, कुठे 600, कुठे 700 असे आहेत. सो ऍव्हरेज क्वांटिटी काय आहे ती आपल्याला बघायची आहे. सो ऍव्हरेज क्वांटिटी ऑफ अ पर्टिक्युलर प्रोडक्ट. फाईन. इफ इट वॉज ऑल क्वांटिटी यू हॅड सिम्पली युज्ड ऍव्हरेज. बरोबर की नाही? मग तुम्हाला सपोज आता इथे ऍव्हरेज काढायचं आहे, तर तुमचं रेग्युलर फंक्शन जे आहे ऍव्हरेज, दॅट इज व्हॉट यू आर गोइंग टू यूज. अँड यू जस्ट सिलेक्ट की ह्या क्वांटिटीज पैकी ऍव्हरेज क्वांटिटी माझी काय आहे. तो 512 ही ऑन ऍव्हरेज क्वांटिटी आहे जी ऑर्डर केली जाते. ऑलराईट. बट नाउ व्हॉट वी वॉन्ट इज दॅट स्पेसिफिक आयफोन केसेस, ओके, ते किती ऑन ऍव्हरेज घेतले जात आहेत, राईट? सो हिअर यू आर गोइंग टू हॅव अन ऍव्हरेज if the condition is fulfilled. And what is the condition? It is iPhone 8 case covers. Okay, right? So let's go ahead with this. Function is again the same, similar lines मध्ये. You have average section, you have the average if, right? Now it's the same thing over here also. Range, criteria and average range. So what is the range again over here? Which should be the range on inside this? Product type, right? Fine. So you select the product type. Got it? Right? Let's fix it up because we don't want to move this range. Okay? What is the criteria? The criteria here is the iPhone 8. Got it? So iPhone 8 is this thing, or you could type iPhone 8. Yes or no? ठीक आहे? Then कशाचा ऍव्हरेज काढायचा आहे तुम्हाला? क्वांटिटीजचा ऍव्हरेज काढायचा आहे का ऑर्डर व्हॅल्यूचा ऍव्हरेज काढायचा आहे? बरोबर? राईट? So here I wanted to find the quantity average. So my average range for calculation here is quantity because I wanted to find order quantities. Got it? So I just select this particular list over here, right? And this is my order quantity. So on average, 564 quantity of iPhone 8 is what has been ordered. पण याचा सिग्निफिकन्स काय आहे की ऑन ॲव्हरेज हे एवढे म्हणजे तुमच्या स्टॉकमध्ये साधारण 600 कव्हर्स तुम्ही ठेवायला पाहिजे सो दॅट युअर पर्टिक्युलर ऑर्डर्स आर फुलफिल्ड एव्हरी टाइम. ॲव्हरेज का काढतो आपण? टू गेट अ आयडिया की साधारण किती ऑर्डर होतात. गॉट इट? राइट? एक्झॅक्ट किती तर ते आपल्याला सेल्सच्या डेटामध्ये आपल्याला बघावंच लागतो. बट ऑन एव्हरेज इज सिलेक्टेड बिकॉज यू वॉन्टेड टू सी की इन्व्हेंटरीमध्ये आपल्याला किती साधारण ठेवायला पाहिजे. ओके? म्हणजे साधारण 500 ऑर्डर्स येतात त्या पर्टिक्युलर ह्याच्या. असं नको व्हायला की ते कमी पडतायत. इज इट? राइट? सो दॅट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एव्हरेज इफ. लेट्स डू इट फॉर now because we have done it for iPhone, let's just extrapolate it. Is it right? If it is giving you some mistakes, then yes, you have to work out with the ranges. Now here also see, you are getting here a error. Why error? Because that order value range has also shifted, which is not acceptable. Yes or no? So in this formula, you have to freeze this also. Yes or no? Only then, if you copy the formula, it's going to give you the right answers. Got it? So freezing आपण जे absolute reference and हे सगळं बघितलेलं आहे, that is necessary. Yes? You have to just understand why, because you want to fix that ranges. You don't want to move that ranges. So you are going to make it absolute, right? Okay, let's try it out with average order value, means order value. Okay, total order value, it's very simple. You can just simply go ahead, auto sum केला, you got the total order value. 32,518 rupees is the order value, right? But you wanted to find the same order value with a specific product. iPhone 8 its average order value काय, right? So you are going to go ahead with the same function, that is average if. Okay, there it is. What is the range? Again, range and criteria. ज्याच्यावर criteria टाकणार आपण. So again, this is the product range. Criteria is the iPhone 8. Okay. And average range is now order quantity or value? Order value. Very good. Don't doubt yourself. Huh? If you feel this is right, you have to give the answer. If it is wrong, then you will understand it only. We wanted to find order value. So our sum range, or sorry, here average range is the order value range. कारण त्याचा average काढायचा आहे तुम्हाला. Is this clear? Yes? And because before we go for copying, let's freeze all those particular uh, ranges, right? I can select all of them, just go ahead with F4, select all of them and press an F4. Everything gets done. And here it is. 846 is the average value for the iPhone 8. For iPhone 8 7 it is 917 and iPhone X it is 1602. आणि ह्याचं जर आपण टोटल बघितले, if we select all three, okay, how come it is this way? Ha, it's not a total, it's an average, right? It's an average. ठीक आहे, I was looking at the total. आपण इथे टोटल बघितली होती, ही टोटल बघितली होती आपण. टोटल जर काढायची असेल तर सम इफ वापरायचं आहे आपल्याला. आपण एव्हरेज काढलंय तर एव्हरेज इफ वापरलेला आहे. गॉट दिस? राइट? फाइन. ओके, ट्राय दिस आउट. Okay, in this particular data, just see once again. In this data, I had, let me complete this data. And we saw if condition for the grade also. If the percentage is greater than, say, let's we consider as 50%, then it should be an pass grade, yes. And if not, it will be a fail, yes. So I got this particular thing. All this is available for us. I asked you how many females and how many males are there in this particular class. So whatever condition, इकडे लक्ष द्या आधी, please. See now, whatever condition you are uh, wanting to find out. So I'm asking you how many females, how many males. So that condition I'm already asking you. So that condition criteria, you have to mention it somewhere, or you'll have to type it inside the formula. So now here you wanted to find total number of females in this class, right? Here you are going to find out count. You are going to count the total number of females in the class, right? But here there is a condition called as female. So you are going to use something called as count if, right? Count if. Now range is what? The gender. Why? Because we want to put the condition on the gender. Yes. And what is the condition? It is this particular condition female. Or you can just actually type the word female over here. If you have not had this word, you would have typed the word female over here, right? And close the brackets. Ranges, I don't want to shift, so I'm just simply freezing the ranges. And there it is, right? I got 17 over here, and I got 17 over here also. So that is how I got how many females and how many males. So if I just select the female category out over here, count at the bottom is 17. I asked how many people are there in the class. Look at this. I asked you how many people are there in the class, right? So you could have counted the names of the students or the genders of any of the subjects also. But subject is risky because there may be students, those who have not given the paper. So there are no marks for that particular thing. So the best way is that you count by the name or you count by the gender. Okay. So total students in the class were obviously what you're going to use is count A. Why? Because you are counting non-empty cells. You can count this or you can count the names. You have got 34. 17 plus 17. Is it adding up to 34? Right? So that's right. Now, if I wanted to find pass or fail, I will put up the condition. My conditions are specified that I wanted all those who have pass or I wanted all those who have fail. Right? Right? What formula I'm going to use here? I wanted to find all those who have failed or pass. Count if. You are counting it, or no? You're not adding anything, right? So again, you are going to use count if. Count if. What is the range? Now my range over here will go to grade. Yes. And what is the condition? Condition is this particular pass condition. Got it? And there I get the pass people are 33 and failed are 1 in my particular case. How about your data? Just check it out. Is it adding up to total 34 students? Yes, the answer is right. And these are total number of pass students. Those are failed students. Okay, right? So we'll stop at this. Today we have seen the SUMIF, COUNTIF, average if functions. Okay, right?